We're based here at Knowledge Dock. We've got a research laboratory and offices, and we've been here since 2006. We came here really on the invite of one of your directors, Daryl Newport, who we met through the DTI, funnily enough. Reason we've located here is we wanted to get into manufacturing of our technology, which is we've been working on for about 5-6 years, which is to do with a very fast way of testing for contaminated soil, instead of the normal chemical testing, which is slow, expensive, and doesn't always tell you what you need to know. We've developed this technology, and we came to Knowledge Dock, and because of Knowledge Dock, we gained some additional things. There's people and companies here that spun out from the university, such as the Product Design Lab, who we were able to work with on our first project. We got a project with the SME Innovation. They funded to redesign our equipment to make it a bit more rugged, a bit more customer reliable. And we also have used student placement, sort of funded type assistance for marketing. We've got a lab where we actually assemble the consumables. We're in the process of now getting the machine manufactured in the UK by a well-known British manufacturer. They're just doing a market evaluation right now for a global agreement to manufacture on an exclusive basis in the UK, and we will manufacture the bioconsumables and develop further ones here. Knowledge Dock itself has been very supportive. We've been on missions to France to introduce ourselves to other parts of the European market, and we've also done some network things through some of the senior people, Jackie Chandler, for instance, and Rob Moss have put us on to other people like that. I should mention the BIC status, which we've been made aware of. I went to France as a guest. Rob invited me to go along with, I believe, the Bottle Group as an innovative sort of case study, and we met the BIC people. That is a very powerful, if you want to do joint research type deals around Europe. Which we're planning to do. We're being encouraged by Germany and even the Swedes want to work with us in developing new biosensors. The BIC is a way to find partners. Fantastic opportunity. So I made the connection with them through Rob, and it was the president of the BIC was on the stand, and I've had follow-up since. And we're probably next year going to do an FP7 joint big project with other European groups, academic as well as companies. And the location is ideal because it's part of the Thames Gateway. There's lots of business for our type of technology here in the Thames Gateway. The first project we did actually with the Product Design Lab was we'd built 4 basic prototype machines, and they were built by designers. They weren't built by manufacturers, so they weren't as rugged as they needed to be, and we had clients such as EDF Energy, who we were about to try and sell to. So we basically redesigned to make it stronger, much more appealing to customers, and we've been successful with it. We're currently selling this for quite a large amount of money. Eventually we give them away, because the consumable, as we developed it, and this was developed really by our scientists and engineers, and it's the extraction method, and it's a bit almost schoolboy chemistry. What we liked about Matt's approach, as part of the project, Matt turned that package into something that's very functional, much cheaper to produce, and ideal and trendy, and the customers like it. And so it's also smaller, it's easier to pack, ship, and the rest of it. So really what we gained out of the product was a much more appealing type of consumable to sell to the customers, and we sell this for quite a lot. There is very good market value. Some of the other things that Gary and Matt has introduced us to is really looking at it from a very pragmatic point of view and trying to sort of get simple and cheap, so that we produce a box that for say a £5, and we can sell it for £100 maybe. That's not what we're selling for, but that's what we're looking for. The instrument itself, we've had a lot of comments from the customers. This is being used now by EDF Energy. It's been used by the Environment Agency, NLS. It's been sold in Germany. Sweden has had one of these under test under an EU program, and now they want to buy two for the Research Institute of the Environment over in Stockholm. We're also got inquiries from America. I'm going to Brazil in November, and we're about to appoint a Brazilian distributor, and we know the Brazilians want this type of technology as well. Portable, low cost, very easy to maintain, and all round easy product. One of the interesting things that we met through Matt, we actually met a very good IP group, that's the IP21. They gave us some very sound advice. We're currently well aware of the problems with branding, product development and things like that, and it's very important we protect our brand. That's part of what this UK company is looking at the moment, to brand our product in the States, Australia and China, and how we protect that. We do have patents, but branding, protection of logos, domain names and things like that. So we indirectly through Matt and the Product Design Lab, we were introduced to some very important advisors, and that advice was very important. Protecting the brand is key. We also took advantage of a student placement program 2 summers ago, and we had a young lady called Sophie Chitty came on board for about 3.5 months, and she basically did a marketing type of review for us. We know one of the big market areas for the product is local authorities, planning departments, and even the chartered surveying type of sides of the local authorities. Sophie contacted just about everyone. She was a bit nervous when she started, but I'll be honest, she did a very thorough job. And 2 things came out of that. We got a lead that is now turning into a very big, important thing, and that was a consultant she spoke to is writing some of the new British standard for this type of technology, and they are now asking us to work with them on using our protocol as part of the British standard. So it's important, just that one link that she found has helped us very much, most important. And that type of, you never anticipate that from someone who's going to work for you for 3 months. We were planning to offer her a job if she had wanted one with us, but I think she had to finish her degree, and then she went off and she's working now for one of the government organisations. I think it's RAP. Doing it very well. Good kid. Have another one like her any day of the week. The general thing about Knowledge Doc is, first of all, there's a negative one, because they always assume we're academics, and even investors said, you're too academic. And we say, what's that? Well, you're at the university. We say, we're nothing to do with the university. We're at Knowledge Doc, which is the innovation centre. Once they understand that, okay, you've got the fallback of university resources if you want it, but we're not here because of the university. We're actually working with other universities. We're working with, we've worked with Brazilian universities, Singapore universities. We're currently now working with 2 other UK universities on possible joint projects. By bringing people here, though, and we've had some pretty big clients come here, they are impressed with the Knowledge Doc Centre. It gives that ambience, and it's very important that companies do feel that you are, let's say, a company that's going to be around. I'm from the oil industry, and one of the keys we always say is, will they be here in 5 years' time? That was one of the views. If we're going to place an order with a company, will they still be around in 5 years' time if we want to grow it or buy spare parts? Knowledge does give that ambience of being a good support. That's why, quite honestly, we've stayed here. We've had a few other offers to go other places, including, I mentioned earlier, Sweden. The Swedes made an approach for us to move everything over to Sweden, including our scientists and everybody. When they saw the technology under an EU program, they said, we're just surprised that you're not getting more support in the UK. But that's normal with the UK. Technology impact is very, especially if it's disruptive, which ours is, disruptive technology always gets resisted by the vested interests, the old guys like me who don't want to change. You're unique in certain ways. We've been in other innovation centres, science parks. I think you're closer to your clients than a lot of the other ones we've been in. Most of them are just like landlords, whereas we've had a lot of, let's say, support, direct and indirect, and the people are very we've met some nice people in Knowledge Arc.